Flooding is when water rises so much that it spreads out over land that is normally dry. If people are prepared, the flooding is not full as dangerous. But the most of the flooding comes unexpected and creates major damage. Storms at sea can blow up huge waves that can blow over the land and create flooding.
When flooding appears, cars, animals, and humans get flushed away. People are drowning or being beaten to death. Home gets destroyed not only from the violence of the weather, but also from oil and dirt that is mixed into the water.
In many centuries have people been trying to figure out a way to prevent flooding from happening because of the harm it has on life, nature and property, etc. The safest way to prevent it is to plan where to build houses, not near any risk zones. The most common way is to construct ponds. Difficulties afterwards. One of the most instant and devastating effects after a serious flood is the displacement of people whose homes have been destroyed. The second one is the economic part. A community that has been devastated by floods will require a massive amount of money to rebuild. One of the first priorities is to secure a clean water supply by repairing any damages caused by water functions like pipes in the ground. One big issue that occurs during flooding is overcrowded shelters that often lead to diseases.
It looks like the Arctic ice will melt sooner than computer models had predicted. At the current rate of melting, the Arctic ice will melt by 2030 at the latest. The answer is that it not might have a devastating impact. This is because of the Arctic ice is floating. This means that the volume of the water will not change much. Icebergs are floating masses, so they already move water and increase the sea levels, either they are solid or liquid. There won't be a big increase in sea levels if the ice in the Arctic turns into water. However, a continuous increase in temperature can still raise sea levels in powerful ways. Warmer seasons can cause glaciers and parts of the polar ice caps to weaken and crack apart, dropping more ice into the ocean. This causes the ocean level to rise. Another reason is why ocean levels are rising is variation of the temperature in the liquid water. Heat makes the water expand, so it takes up more space, and as a result, the ocean rises. The bigger problem will be when and if the glacier melts in Greenland and Antarctic in the south. This is ice on land, and if it melts, it would definitely increase the water levels. About a third of the world's landmass would disappear. Cities located on the coast will drop below surface. The north part of the world will receive more rain increases and the sea levels will rise even more, while down in Africa they will get less rain and water. Between 1880 and 1985, sea level has been increased by approximately 50 centimeters. Now the increase is 1 to 2 millimeters a year. There's also a theory that if the ice that covers North America melts, it will disrupt the Gulf Stream so much that it will stop working. Europe is dependent by the Gulf Stream and the warmth it contributes the continent with. This disruption could put Europe in a new ice age. This will become devastating to us who live in Europe. We will not be able to survive the freezing cold. In order to avoid dangerous global warming, we need to reduce global greenhouse gases releases by 50% by the year 2050. Disbelievers often make the argument that we don't simply have the technology necessary to reduce these releases this much, this quickly. What we need to do? We need to improve fuel budget, get more environmentally friendly cars, more effective buildings, improved power plants, start replacing natural gas for coal, start building and using more wind turbines, hydropower and solar energy.
For over hundreds of years has Göta älv been an important river for transportation of goods, people, sewage, hydropower plants and water source. The river is around 450 miles long. The question is what we can do to prevent the flooding from happening today and in the future. Climate changes is something that affects everyone and will be a bigger threat if we don't change our habits. These problems with too much water in the seas causes problems in lots of countries. Gothenburg is not only threatened by the climate changes but also by increased water level from the biggest lake in Sweden called Vänern. To avoid flooding in central Gothenburg, city planners, builders and architects have to plan for an increasing water level in Göta älv. The experts are studying why the water is rising and what they and the city can do to prevent the city from floodings. There are cities in the world also having the same problem. For example, Karlstad in Värmland, London in Great Britain, Netherlands and Japan. There has been several floodings in Gothenburg recently, and one of the largest was in 2006. It was raining for several weeks, and after a total of 300 millimeters rain, it was too much. The rain caused problems all around Gothenburg. Rivers and streams were flooding. Summary. It's not just Gothenburg having these problems. Cities around the world are familiar with the same issues and trying to figure out how to fix it. It's important to have an international exchange of ideas and facts about how to be able to stop the problem with the rising sea levels and problems with too much rain. It's important to see the problem from multiple factors, not only just as a catastrophe itself, but from an economical, social, and political point of view.
To sum it all up, we need to start thinking about the environment, think of what is best for our planet, because we have to stop destroying it. Otherwise, we just carry on in a bad circle, and the environment will get worse, and then there will be nothing to do, because there will be nothing to save.